going back to COVID.
Yeah.
Because I took the shots. I had to.
Yeah,
for work,
I had to too.
But it did.
What work?
What? Not here.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
No, before here, I was in education, and then I decided to dumb it down and do the TFU podcast.
Yeah.
But did I make
Who the fuck were you educating? Who the hell were you educating?
I was an administrative coordinator, but I was trying to wiggle myself into being a professor.
Okay.
But
that sounds terrible.
I don't think it would have gone
Professor
well for me.
Alejandro?
I like the ring of that.
I do like it.
You do?
Yeah, I think you'd be a great professor. Look at him.
Yeah, look at me.
He puts suits on for the podcast.
You can I'm a person you can trust. Anywho, did I make a good decision taking the vaccine? Because AD doesn't think I did.
We actually have
At the
all
time-
three
at the-
spectrums for you because
I took 3.
he took all of them.
Yeah.
Only
He
3.
took none of them, supposedly.
Yeah.
And I took one of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going back.
So I had to take the vaccine. That was a time when they first came out with it. It was daring, like I said, because the testing was minimal and everything like that. But it was just like, in order for me to practice, in order for me to continue doing what I was doing, I had to take the vaccine. Now, one thing I did notice, and I don't know if there's going to be long-term effects of this. And, there've been people saying that, someone dropped or had, passed out from this and this happened, that happened. I didn't see that in any of my patient cases, but I did know at that particular time, the people that were getting worse, sicker, were the people that at that time were not vaccinated. But as the virus kind of started to fade away, there became no need for that anymore.
How the fuck does a virus just fade away and not affect people no more?
Talk about
the immune system, once it's in the system for a long time.
It's kind of it's called the concept's called herd immunity. It's just like when you got enough antibodies in a population of people, it's like the virus almost gets a sense of like, man, these guys already got the shields up. Let's get out of here.
We gotta morph.
Yeah, we gotta change up and do something else. It's like their own way of evolving or whatnot. It's just now it's like the antibodies are built up all over here, so it's kind of like these chicks are all impregnated. Kind of like let's go somewhere else.
But please let me know, because you were laughing a little bit of what I said. Like, everybody got it, herd immunity. You have a hypothesis?
Listen, we have a professional here.
But
it's probably the best thing that I like about the doctor here is that he's speaking about things that he's personally seen.
Yeah, I don't like to base
and I'm all for that. That was his experience.
Because even during the time of the pandemic, the FDA says this, that. Sometimes they say do steroids, don't do steroids. The mask will do this protection, that protect. I was just like, I want to see this for myself. What actually is working and what's not working, and the medications. If I found that they were actually helping the patients, I would advocate for those. But if I didn't,
did you catch COVID?
Oh yeah, I caught COVID like 3 or 4 times, 3 times probably.
3 times?
Yeah. I never got too sick from it. The first time I caught it, it was pretty bad, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like I know people that because of COVID now they have long-term effects forever. Like even like Scarface the rapper, he developed renal failure from it, so he's got to be on dialysis like 3 times a week.
I thought he was already sick though. Are you sure? I don't know if it's from COVID. He was already sick.
I know, but I have patients
he already had kidney problems.
I have patients that did develop long-term lung problems, long-term kidney problems, even long-term heart problems after, and they never had a history of that before.
Did they have the shot?
Some of them did, some of them didn't.
So you said you had it 3 times or 4 times?
I had COVID about 3 times.
3 times. Yeah. Josh, how many times you have COVID? Yeah, once.
No, twice maybe. But
twice.
But the other one was like later after,
2?
It wasn't bad.
You had it twice?
Twice.
I had
COVID.
one real bad time where like I could barely open my eyes for like days because it was like the fucking headache.
It's crazy.
Shot, no shot, 1 time.
Right.
And 1 time only.
But when I got it was like 2 or 3 years after the shot. Like it wasn't like I took the shot and I got it.
Listen, you can't argue facts.
You don't even go around people.
Yeah.
That's just listen.
But you know what?
The doctor had his personal experience. That we talking about everybody's personal experience.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey, I had it once.
Now,
you developed antibodies just like the people that take the shot. Because what's the purpose of the shot? To create antibodies against
That's
COVID.
That's why I said supposedly.
So if somebody's already been infected with COVID, they got antibodies. Now they say the antibodies fade away after 6 months. That's why they say get another shot or whatnot. But that whole COVID situation
doesn't that go against what antibodies are? Antibodies are supposed to be like almost like niggas in the hood. It's like, oh, them niggas
like
is
a
here
defense.
again.
We got the defense.
Let's go back out there. Oh no, they just came around the block. There they go. We know exactly what they look like.
Yeah,
we know
it's a defense.
We know what colors they wear. We know everything about them.
Right.
And then when they show it, they be like, nah, that's them right there, and they go get them. So now, isn't that's what the antibodies in your body's supposed to do?
Yeah, the antibody is supposed to see. These guys is back. All right, we ready. We got the artillery ready for them now.
Right.
Well, they're not catching us by surprise. We've been waiting for them.
Right. You know what they look like.
Yeah, we know what they look like.
The colors they wear.
We got our rocket launchers, grenades, and AK-47s ready to go.
So then why do they think that was supposed to go away? Because that wasn't always the theory about antibodies. It's kind of like, if you had the measles, you wasn't supposed to get the measles again. Or you had the chicken pox. It's rare that you ever get it again.
It's the reason.
Now all of a sudden, with these new diseases, they're saying, nah, they come back. You need a booster.
It's different because just like the influenza, they keep changing. It's like the measles and those other viruses. They've been steady. They've been relatively stable, so they haven't changed forms. But the influenza and the COVID, they keep changing they identities and trying to trick us.
And that's absolutely true. So then that's why they said one thing that they said this thing has changed so fast that they don't think it's possible for it to happen in nature. Is based on your experience,
it's very
that's why
similar
they felt
to
like it was man-made. Just because of those things, the way it was progressing, how aggressive it was, how fast it was changing. They were like, in nature, it would never change this fast.
Right. I don't dispel it. It could have been laboratory. A laboratory creation. I'm not saying that's not possible.
Talking about evolution.
It changes. It changes up, and that's just like the flu. Like every year, they want you to get a flu shot because now they got a new strain of the flu. They got a new strain of the COVID. But one thing that I'm happy about is that the new strains of COVID that are coming out, they're not potent. They're not having any new effects on us.
But also, this is not like, if you notice or even understand the name of COVID-19, there obviously had to be 18 other COVIDs before that one, no? Or did they were like, I like 19. Like COVID's not.
COVID's not new. COVID's
right?
not new. It existed in animals already, right?
COVID?
Is it COVID? Or maybe I'm thinking
it's the coronavirus.
Coronavirus. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, how do we get to 19?
It's like a sequel to a movie. You got the next one coming out. Now we got number 4, number 5, number 6.
What was 18?
The new James Bond movie, the new COVID. I don't know what COVID-18 was.
When COVID-18 came through, no one even knew.
But what about that COVID-20 though? That COVID-20, man, it's gonna be the highest grossing killer of all time.
It's always the best one's always the first one. So ain't getting nothing in the top 19. It's just gonna fade off like Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, but then you got Terminator 2, you got Aliens. Well, no, maybe Terminator 1 might still be my favorite, but
how do you feel about Dr. Fauci?
Man, I don't really have anything to.
Do you think he lied to us? Because
of course.
Let this man keep his medical license.
Man, I see Dr. Fauci.
He wants to do both of those
listen,
careers.
I just saw him as a guy who had a script in front of him. He was reading the script. That's it. It's what you got to say on TV to the people. Say it.
Wow.
Did they reach out to you and be like, hey, I need you to say this about COVID and vaccinations?
Yeah, I think there was a rep from Pfizer that was trying to get a hold of me at one point. Yeah, I remember that happened.
Now, which one?
That was when I was on Vlad. I was on Vlad talking about it, and then they was trying to get in touch with me. I was when I was talking about it, it's like they're trying to get me to be an advocate or a poster child for such and such situation, and I'm not just gonna put everything that I am in front of something I don't know 100% about.
I love that.
Now, which in your experience or seeing with patients, shot worked better or didn't have as much side effects? Because everybody was so paranoid about what shot. Oh shit, you gonna die.
We did check that. We checked that. It seemed as if the Pfizer one was more effective than the Moderna one was, or the AstraZeneca.
Johnson & Johnson, you don't like that one?
And what about that?
Yeah, the Johnson & Johnson, we got that brand. It's like, which one? You like the Pepsi product or you got the Coca-Cola product, man?
Yeah, so Johnson & Johnson's, every time I see something come out, it's Johnson & Johnson fucking
big business, man. Money. It's all money. It's all greed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That's what it is. But you know, I'm just the Detroit doctor, man, trying to put it all together, man.
Here's my question: could you still stay alive if you just created your own doctor's office in which you actually allowed people to get good medical advice? Because I feel like medical advice is sort of like, but I also think that is it harder these days with the conspiracy theories and theorists so heavily out in the open to give medical advice? Because I feel like nobody believes in professionals as much anymore, or believes in actual factual things like science and doctors, for one, or the earth, or things like that.
With medicine, they expect you to you follow a certain standard of care, and if you start to deviate from whatever's in the textbook of what you're supposed to treat, how you're supposed to treat, then they do start to try to blackball you and put you in this bubble of like, yo, don't trust that guy. He's giving you like ulterior advices and things like that's not, in code with the pharmacies and how we're supposed to prescribe and treat. But I've always been doing that. So until they get me, I'm doing it. So, they
ruining people's creativity. It's creativity is the reason why there's so many different things that have been solved in this world. Just people trying different methods of treatment.
Yeah. Absolutely,
that's crazy that they're just saying you have to do it this way, or you can't be a doctor.
Let's be real. It all starts from the diet. At the end of the day, if we didn't have these freaking, these goddamn Burger Kings and McDonald's and all this bullshit that we consuming into our bodies every day, then I wouldn't be making as much money as a doctor.
Right.
So do you think doctors own these franchises?
Do I think doctors own these franchises? I think that's
like 15 McDonald's and a hospital in the same area. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, that's evil, right? That's sinister. That's a sinister thought. That's sinister, man. Yo, be like, man, I got these Kentucky Fried Chicken chains, man. Be like, so this the protocol. I get them through the chicken factory. I get them to get the grease and the burgers and the hamburgers. Then they come to my hospital and I treat them and then I give them the medications. It's all money.
I mean, there's a lot of banned foods in Europe that are available here.
Yeah,
crazy.
Do you ever go to like worldly seminars? Like other doctors are like, "Wow, he's an American doctor. Shit's crazy over there. They don't care about."
Medicine definitely has is practiced a little bit different in different places. But
like everybody always says this shit, but I want to know how. Like, why
didn't you just ask me? I would have told you how.
What?
Why it's different?
Why, you go and get your medical shit in Europe?
Huh?
Why, you got doctors in Europe?
The reason why it's different in a lot of those other countries, and maybe the doctor can also help us with this, is the fact that it's a socialist country and they end up paying for it. So therefore, they have a different idea about how they want to treat things because the government ends up flipping the dime for it. In America, that's not what happens.
That's why?
I mean,
it plays a role.
So you're saying free? I
haven't had enough. I haven't had enough firsthand experience to like see how they practice medicine in Europe and stuff like that. It just, obviously, like the protocols that we fought. There is a universal protocol, but everyone's got their own kind of twist on it. How they manage certain things is obviously going to be different in wherever geographical locations that you're in, because you're going to see you see different stuff in different parts of the world. So it's naturally you're going to veer towards knowing more about certain things in different places and knowing what benefits them versus.
We're going to make sure the doctor licensed people leave you alone. We want them to leave you alone. So we're going to switch up the topic.
But I get in trouble, bro, because I'm involved. I got my one foot in hip hop. So everybody always looks at me